So, hi and welcome back to the Windsor Academy. I am James. I lead the Bad Omen Guild community here on European Ragnarok Online together with my wife Solemnis. And this will be the Priest installment of the second class guides that we're doing. Now, I will be covering two aspects of the Priest. One of them being full support for party play and the other one being a battle priest for solo leveling if you should so desire. So the first half is going to be support and then the other half will be battle. So if you just wanted to play battle, you just skip until like the mid part of the video. Right, let's just go through some stuff here first. For full support slash heal bombing build, that's also solo leveling by the way, for a while, in a way. You want about 90 intelligence and about 54 dexterity. I would say just keep it at a 2-to-1 ratio. Maybe a little bit higher int than dex when you're lower. Like so maybe like a 3-to-1 until you get about 60-70 and then start doing a 2-to-1. Again, this guide will be basing it off on the fact that you're gonna be completely new. You will have no gear. As you can see, the gear I'm using is an arc one. This can be picked up in Geffen and it's usable from level 24. A Saint's robe, which can be bought in the church, I believe it was. A guard for some defense and sandals, and that's pretty much it. Now we got some consumables on us. That's only for show. You're not gonna need these. So jumping into the skills, there's gonna be a description in. Sorry, there's going to be links in the description for the various builds with simulators. So first I'm just gonna explain what all the skills do, and then I will show you what they look like in action, or in support action, or whatever you want to call it. So, we've already covered Acolyte part, so this part is already done. Kyrie, it generates a phantom shield on top of everyone, well, on top of the person you cast it on. Later you can cast it on your whole party, but basically at level 10, max health 30%, like the shield will be 30% of your health. And it will cover max 10 attacks. Now this is 10 attacks in total, it's not 10 attacks with 30% of your health each. So, and then it will disappear. This does not have a cooldown, so it can be spammed. It does not stack up, as in you can just spam it for like 30, 60, 90 and so on, but it will refresh until the full duration basically. This should definitely be maxed for full support play. It's a fantastic skill. So definitely max that out. Magnificat, party-wide buff, doubles SP recovery rate for the duration. Now, I would opt for maxing this because, I mean, duration is nice. You could go lower, but you're gonna need level 3 at least for prereq for another skill. So, personal preference from level 3 to 5. I personally do 5 because we have enough points for it. And you don't have to recast as often because recasting will also cost you time and SP. So having said that, status recovery, great for party play as well. You can cure shit like frozen, stone, blind. No, sorry, causes blind on undead. But yeah, frozen or stone curse and so forth on your party members. It's like a cleanse sort of thing. SP recovery, you can leave this at 4, really. It might look very great, and I mean it does scale a little bit, but we just don't have the points to put more than 4 into this. Lex Divina silences people around you. Silences an enemy. I'm thinking about a card, but yeah. So when you cast it on an enemy, it will silence them, depending on level, and I think it's int and luck based versus your int and luck. You should put this at 5 because you need it for Lex Athena. We'll get to that later, but this should be at 5. Imposito Monus, it's basically an attack damage buff, 25 plus attack on the target. Awesome all around. 5 levels should always be maxed. It only lasts for a minute, so you're gonna have to recast it a lot, but 25 attack damage at low level is massive. Sanctuary, it used to be a thing back in pre-renewal, now not so much. We don't really have the points for it. I would leave it at 4 maybe, and then you can use it if you want to, but I mean, if you really want it, leave it at 4 because you don't have the points for more than that. Otherwise you can skip it, I guess. I mean, The only thing you need it for is like safety wall, and we're gonna go out of that anyway, so... Anyways, so leave that at 4. Gloria, again, party-wide buff, adds 30 luck to you and the people around you. Now, looking at the duration, you get 5 seconds extra for every point except for level 1, which gives you 10 seconds. So theoretically you could leave it at 1, but you're gonna have to recast it a lot, and it's 20 SP at a time, and as we know SP is a bit scarce at low level. I would probably opt for maxing this, because 30 luck for your entire party is quite nice, but 20 SP every 10 seconds for you to cast it, not to mention having to recast as well, and remember that. So I would personally put that on max, definitely. Slow poison, useless, absolutely utterly useless. I have no idea what this skill even does in the game. Like, it's I've never in my 14 years of playing this game, or 15 or whatever it is now, once used this skill. So I think it's safe to say that we can skip it. Resurrection should be maxed out. There's one thing that this skill does not tell you, and it's the fact that unless it's maxed out, it has cast time. So it's not included in the tooltip, but it does have like a significant cast time. I think it's like 6 seconds at level 1 and 4 seconds at level 2 and 2 seconds at level 3 and then instant at level 4 on top of the HP recovery. So obviously having instacast at 80, like with 80% max health recovery just for 4 skill points if somebody dies is absolutely fantastic, and you would want to get this. And as you can see, it's not very hard to get either. Just 1 there and 4 there, and we're gonna get those 4 anyway, so definitely max out resurrection for party play. Otherwise people will be like, oh, do you have a leaf? No, I do not. Anyway, Lex Athena. This skill is absolutely fucking epic. Now, what it does is that it basically doubles the damage of the next ability used, or the next damage on an enemy. So for example, say that you were to Lex Athena a mob and then a wizard casts Jupiter Thunder. The entire Jupiter Thunder will be doubled. Okay? For one skill from you. It has a little bit of a delay, 3 seconds cast delay, but there's no real cooldown aside from that. So you can literally use this every 3 seconds to double your damage output in a party. So, like, the best 1 pointer ever, if you ask me. It's just absolutely amazing. Safra Grim, we'll refer to as Safra. Reduces cast reduction on the person you're casting it on. You cannot cast this on yourself, unfortunately. Now, I personally never really used this. It doesn't really feel like it's worth the points, I guess. I mean, it's... I suppose, I mean, you can skip it. It's, again, we don't really have the points, and it's just not that useful. Aspersio, however, I personally opt to max this out. Again, points are scarce, so you might end up having to put it at level 2 or 3, or maybe 4 if you're lucky. Just try to put it as high as you possibly can, because it is very, very good. It basically changes the user's element, sorry, the recipient's element to holy. So if you're fighting undeads, demons, ghosts, you know, Trump, whatever, this is just great. So you should definitely be using this. Like, it does cost a holy water to use, but that's fine, because you should be having Aqua Benedicta anyway, which is here somewhere. There we go. Aqua Benedicta creates a holy water. You just need an empty bottle, and then you can stand in water and just spam the shit out of the skill. I will be showing you what the skills look like, and I will also be showing you there's also a way to solo level as a support priest, but you can only do it on undeads. And this is referred to as heal bombing. So first we're gonna go into Orc Dungeon, and I'm gonna show you what the skills look like and applications for them. We've gone through them a little bit. We've gone through stats as well. Now this is, again, this is for the full support build. So we're gonna go to Orc Dungeon. Right. We all know this place, I imagine. Well, most of us. So we're gonna buff up. We're gonna get some agility going. We're gonna get some blessing, and so forth. Right, and then we're going. Now, as a full support. Now let's just go through them. If you take damage, right? Say shit hits us. Right. And then we can just heal ourselves. Easy peasy. Seems fine, right? Now, if we cast Kyrie on ourselves. Now this is a low level Kyrie, but this is what it will look like. You see? It blocks some of the hits. It's gonna fall off soon though. But while Kyrie is up, I wouldn't have any problems moving. Look. It won't stop me in my tracks while Kyrie is up. So that is really great. Now we're getting a bit of a mob here. Now we don't really have any anti-mobbing skills, so we can't really do much about these. I'm just gonna lure them away. The next skill I wanted to show you was Magnificat. Now what we want to do, right, is let's just spam our SP up. Now there might be a faster way of spamming your SP up. Oh yeah, you can also cast this on. Look, we can cast this on a play, anyone we want, and then you can spam it if you want. I mean, you have the regular aftercast delay, but aside from that, you can just spam it as much as you want. Right. Let's just get rid of this familiar here. Right, okay, so you see our SP recovery, it's absolutely taking forever, right? Just need to get rid of this Drain DR here. Obviously this is not a battle spec, I have no other way of killing this little guy here. Right, so SP, as you can see, it's taking a while. 775, 805, yeah, it's taking a while. So what you do is you cast Magni. They have to be under 50% for this to work. 825, 855, 885. As you can see, it doubles our generation. And then if you sit down on top of that, you don't have to sit down for Magni to work, but it doubles it again. So as long as you're under 50% using Magnificat, and people can regenerate their SP very fast. Now, having said that, the next one up is Gloria. Now Gloria, it looks funky when you use it. It's like three little ladies with a book. And the sound effect's like, oh. It gives you 30 plus luck for the entire party. Luck can be used in a lot of ways. For example, if you're crafting, if you're cooking, there's just a lot of things that are dependent on luck. For example, luck also gives critical hit to your members. So if you're partying up with melee characters, giving them 30 luck will give them 10% crit. It will also give some people perfect dodge and resistances and some attack damage, and it's just overall it's a pretty solid thing, and it just auto gives it to everyone. It's no problem. Right, okay, so moving on, status recovery. Talked about this, cancels abnormal, but it uses blind on undeads, right? So let's just find ourselves one of those dumb orcs or whatever, if they weren't all dead. No, that's not the one we're looking for. These are not the droids we're looking for. Star Wars reference. Right. Okay, here's one. Now, you see this guy's gonna come here with his little axe and he's gonna start pummeling away. Now, if we status recover him, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This should basically blind him. Now, as you can see, he's not following, he's just walking around aimlessly. Because he's blinded. Now if we blind, another one. Right. Okay, that's a bit too many. Right, okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna show you Lex Athena. Now if I... Or not. We need a test job. Somebody who's... Oh, okay, here we go. Right, so. When you heal bomb something, if you press down shift and you heal, you can heal an undead to deal damage. Like this. Now if you type slash no shift, you don't even have to do that. You can just like you would heal a normal person, right? Now, instead of doing this, what you can do, Lex Athena works like this. See the animation? We did 900 before, correct? And now we do 1900. So, 900, Lex, Now this is the next damage received by this thing. It doesn't have to be healing at all. You can basically, if we do like this, and then we just auto attack. Say 71, 73, 142. So it doubles any source of damage that's about to be taken. I have a few more things I'm gonna show you, and then we're gonna go for the battle build. Oh god, too many. Right, so that basically covers the full support thing. So not sure, like these are just the priest skills, but yeah, that should be everything that you need to know / do for full support. Now we're gonna go and reset, and we're gonna go full battle. And I'm gonna show you the potential. Do we have any butterfly wings on us? Not sure. You know what? I have a better idea. Oh god, this is taking forever. Ah, here we go. They'll help me out. Right, so while they're killing us, as a battle, you're gonna be using a mace. Now, you can party up with like a smith, for example, and he can give you adrenaline rush and weapon perfection and overthrust and, you know, shit like that, which is just great, especially adrenaline rush, because you're using a mace, so you can actually benefit from that. Adrenaline rush increases your attack speed, like, massively. It's like quicken just for maces, I guess. Okay, so we're back here. I'm just gonna go reset, and then we'll get some stuff out of the storage. Now the thing is, you have 2 free resets. I'm just gonna make use of this, so I can show you what it will look like as a battle. Now you can solo level by doing what I just did, by spamming heal on undead monsters. Basically, the more healing you'll do, the more damage you'll do with heal to monsters. It works the same way. Let's just put the gear in here while we reset. Now, there's a few drawbacks with playing you don't really have any offensive skills, but also you're playing a priest class, so I mean, you're not really designed for attacking per se. Why do I have 1 weight? What the? Alright, okay, so let's just go and use our free reset. It's not really a problem. There we go, okay. Now, for battle, things are a little bit different. Stats-wise, let's just get our stats up here. And skill-wise. Now for stats, we want about, I don't know, maybe like 30 or 40 dex. I think would be a good idea. Let's just start with 30, and let's just get 30 strength as well. I usually get about 10 vitality, and I will get 10 intelligence, because I do cast some spells. And then we're just gonna shove tons and tons into agility, because we need attack speed and we need dodge. So now, don't overdo it. Obviously, as you can see, we're running out of points really quickly. Here we go. Just put some stuff into here. As you can see, we have a 3-to-1 ratio on agility versus strength and dex, and then a 3-to-1 ratio on dex to vit and int. Pretty solid setup. Now, for skills here, I mean, there are certain things like increased agility is a must-have, blessing is a must-have. I would strongly recommend these. Warp portal, pneuma, teleport. I mean, it's such a great thing to have. You don't really need heal if you're. This is only for solo play, okay? I'm just saying this right now. Now, Signum Cruises, some people swear by it. I'm not so convinced. You can try it out if you like, but this should be the absolute minimum that you should be getting as battle, right? So you have blessing, we have agility, can have some ruach. Alright, let's see. Now, here, I'm just gonna make sure we spent all the points. No, we need to spend 3 more, right. Okay, what you could be doing is we could get Demon's Bane, I guess. It does leave you a little bit, like you can put, well, actually Aqua Benedicta would be a great thing to have, and Cure, so it's 1, 2, and then just 1 in Angelus, because why not. So, now, you're gonna need the Holy Waters. Aqua Benedicta is a great investment. Heal, not really. Like, there's no real point because your intelligence is very low. So Mace Mastery is an obvious max out, yeah. because, well, you hit stuff. Aspersio and Imposito Manus, of course. Now, some people would try and get this, but this is for a quest later, so you can't really, there's no point. Now, this leaves us with 17 points that you can just put wherever you like. Now, I personally would opt for Gloria, because, hang on. Right. I would personally opt for Gloria like this, and then I would go for Magni. Aside from that, that puts us with 2 points that we don't really have anywhere to put. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing if you have skill points left over, but I mean, we could do something like, oh, I don't know. We can put them into SP recovery, I guess that's fine. Because we already have everything we need. Right. Now, so the way that this works, you have a lot of very temporary buffs that you're gonna want to keep on you. We have Aspersio, Imposito Manus, Gloria, and so forth. Now these are all low duration buffs. Angulus, not so much. Right, so we have our stats, we have our skills. Now it's important to notice that you can only use concentration potions. So we're gonna go and get some of those very quickly. We'll just get one of these items and sell it. Now, oh yeah, right, you're not allowed to cast skills in here. Okay. So we're on the battle part now. Now this is again for solo leveling, this is not for party play. I mean, I guess you could party play with it, but you're gonna be a damage dealer and you're not gonna be a support, obviously. So I just go in here first, have a look. Now I've pre-purchased some items and put them in my storage. Now these are all vendor bought items, so we're not talking about godlikes or MVP cards or nothing like that. I mean, this build isn't super strong, but if you're just starting out, it might be a good thing to have. Now, we will actually be targeting undeads again, because I'm going to show you on orc zombies what we can do. Now, I could just crack open tons of really strong gear and just like make it look insanely strong, but I'm not going to be doing that, because then I would feel like I'll be misleading you, and that is just not what we're trying to do here. So, I'm going to take out our gear, and these are very, very basic things like sandals, saint robe, guard. Obviously, the better gear you have, the better this is going to go. As you can see, store-bought gear, like, you know, fresh out of the shop. So, let's go to, actually I need some holy water as well. As I said, holy water can be obtained by basically using the Aqua Benedicta skill in a pool of water. And you need these to cast Aspersio, so let's just bring 10 for now, just to, and then we go back to Orc Dungeon. And I'm gonna show what this looks like. Now, you don't have to use Aspersio, you can just like get a sage to endow you as well with other elements if you don't want to fight undeads. So, this is just a good place to show it, because, well, right. So as you can see, we have 174 attack speed, not super great, but it's not bad either. Now, we're gonna use our concentration potion, put a 176, and then let's start with our buffs. Increase agility, blessing, Imposito Manus, and Aspersio. Now let's go and whack something. This is basically what you'll be doing, you'll just be auto-attacking stuff, see? It's going pretty well. I mean, we're level 73, so, you know, your results might vary, but if you have stronger gear, you can take on stronger mobs, and it looks fucking funny when she's whacking shit with her mace. So this spec will not limit you to leveling, because, now granted you don't have an AoE, but as you can see, we can smack the living crap out of things pretty easily. It's a pretty fun spec to play. And we do have some regeneration as well. I mean, you could self-heal with the healing skill, but it's probably gonna be really weak. But yeah, definitely something you could, I mean, if we go outside, we can do this on on mobs that are not healable. Because right now I might think, why should I do that if I can just heal bomb them? Well, that's a fair point. So I will go out and I will kill some stuff that are not. So if you get like a fire enchant on you, I mean, granted it will be basically the same but I'm just gonna show you the potential here. So I'm gonna use converters because I don't own a sage. Oh well, I do, but I just never mind. So these dudes are weak to fire. So let's just use an elemental converter. Aspersia, let's just take off a weapon. Right, so we use a fire converter. And the same thing is happening here. Basically. So if you want to do some quests, you want to whack stuff. We have 13 crit. You know, we got some decent. I mean, if you want to take this to another level, you just need better gear. But definitely this used to be one of my favorite specs. Because I just love the whole being able to... Are they the absolute best? No, but... You know, for the young and lonely priest who's trying to get some levels, this is not a bad idea. This should help you do the eating quests as well. So we'll be linking in the description of this video. There's gonna be both the full support version and the battle version. And well, I really hope you find this useful. And like, feel free to leave feedback or appreciation or whatever you want, or criticism even, that works too. Otherwise, I would like to thank you for watching and making us possible. Like, both me and Solemnis, really. And all of the Bad Omen community as well. You guys are awesome. So, thank you very much, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. So, we're gonna try to launch a new video every night. The next one after this one should be the monk one, I believe. So, yeah. Have a great day, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.